I think this is an important question, and I'm keen to answer it based on what I've seen and experienced since coming to the Deen and being upon Salafiyah for over 33 years now. And I believe, to some extent, we as Salafis have been and continue to be, not all, but a significant minority, tone deaf when it comes to issues, crises, and climates like we're in. So, for example, for us to be saying this is happening as a result of the Palestinian sins is tone deaf. And despite the fact that we may refer to ayats in the Quran, hadith, scholarly statements, it's still tone deaf because we don't know. We are not schooled enough, scholarly enough to know that this is the case. Because if we can differentiate between a test and a punishment, then that's what needs to be placed on the scales. And we can't. So why then would we make such statements? And when calling Palestinians mushriks and trying to defend that, polytheists, that's not true either. And even if there were elements of the Palestinians that were not so religious or not practicing, is this the place to be propagating and speaking in this particular manner? And it's not only Salafis. I don't want to beat up my co-religionists with these words in and of themselves, because I've heard it come from Sufi quarters as it related to Bosnia previously and the current climate. And that tone deafness is such that we would say such unwise, untimely statements and try to bring the Deen when the Ummah collectively is aching, is in pain, like the Hadith tells us. If one part is in pain, the whole body stays awake, feverish from the pain of that one element. Then you have to ask, well, so aren't we part of that body? Or are we proud and aloof and haughty to say we are al-ghuraba, we are not part of the Muslim Ummah? We are, we know that. But do we have a place of haughtiness above everyone else? No. And that's why we've got so much bad press in the past, because of our judgmental characteristics, the internecine fighting. If we are adhering to the noble methodology and foundation of Salafiyah, which is none other than Islam, they're synonymous in terms with regards to referencing the Salaf and the understanding of the Deen. We know this, but our behavior and our tone deafness belies any of that which we say we're subscribing to or ascribing to. And it's a real big problem, which is not going to go away soon. I expect a lot of backlash and dissemination of this, and then refutations, and because that's what we've become known for. That's what Salafis have become known for. And even, oh, no, they're not Salafi because they don't fit into the lens or the prism of and prison of what we hold to be our group understanding of Salafiyah. And it's a problem. It is a big problem. We need to show the same sincerity and empathy as the rest of our Muslim brothers and sisters and co-religionists. And in that context, share in the suffering and share in our knowledge of what we know with regards to dealing with trials and tribulations, whilst not propping up and defending other entities at the expense of the Palestinians. And that's a serious consideration that needs to be given.